guys, welcome back to Cadence RC. Hey, so today I want to get into the changes that I made to get my SDX24 base camp updated with I've got the Injora LCG. It's the universal chassis that I've added to this. And originally I'd kind of made some stuff. I'm quite a ways into videos on this thing, but I wanted to get a little bit more into detail because there were a few things that I wish would have been a little bit different when I was assembling it, and so maybe this video will help you as you go to assemble yours. It's not hard, but there were a few little vague things that I wished I had a little more info on, and I'll go ahead and share as much of that as I can remember to put into this video. So anyway, I'm going to switch this camera around and do some details. Oh, actually, I'm going to start with this. So the first things, a couple of things that I did that made a huge difference. I went ahead on the, I hate when my camera goes black like this because I can't actually see. I need to change some settings. So the bumpers on this car, you can actually shorten. So there's, looks like I've got enough light. So there's a couple little, the bumpers are on like a little tube rail system. I don't know if you can quite see that. There's one above and one below. Hopefully you can kind of get an idea where I'm pointing there. There's just two screws that hold it on, and you can actually move that bumper in and out. The stock position is, I think, all the way out, and I moved it all the way in. And same on the front and rear. So essentially, I was able to take out a ton of overhang, especially in the front. There's almost no overhang in the front, which is great. The other thing that I did, I trimmed the body because these changes that I made, they pretty much took up the whole, took up more than the body could take. And so with this LCG chassis, the way I've got it currently set up, I had to do some trimming, just use some body shears to cut that out. And then I used a little file to kind of clean up my bad spots on the few spots where I did. I also narrowed my front bumper. So I took quite a bit off of that because it was just it was in the way stock. So it was super in the way. I'm actually in the process of doing a little winch. So that's my little key ring is holding that in place. Added a couple of little lights. And so the little lights actually just press fit right in. So just a little LED, traditional LED lights. This cost me like $4. And literally you just plug them in, shove them through the hole, and they lock into place. Very simple. The rear bumper and I did do a little bit of trimming on the rear, not as much. I didn't have to do as much on the top part of it as I did on the front, but I did have to do a little bit. And then I took actually quite a bit. I took probably a 1/4 inch off the rear bumper to make clearance for that tire, so when it goes up, it's not rubbing against the tire. So yeah, now I'll switch the camera around and I'll pull this body off, and we can get into details on what I've got going on inside there. All right, so I've got this thing kind of flipped around and my camera's dancing around on me, so let's adjust that really fast. I'll do my best not to bump this thing as I work. The camera is sitting on a tripod, and I can see I've got it teetering on my chair unnecessarily, and then the table. So I'm going to start with this side of the car just because it's easier to see a few of these details. I did work off I went ahead, we're doing a little challenge series, so this was kind of fun. I actually did this setup with the factory shocks, so it'll be fun to see how it compares between the factory shocks and my Injora shocks that I've already done a video on. But yeah, so the biggest challenges that I found, the manual goes into, like how it shows you how to assemble these, it shows you like the 4 screws and a little plate that goes behind here to link those two sections together. It doesn't show you anything about installing the bumpers and any of that stuff. Probably one of the biggest hurdles that I dealt with right off the bat is these 4 screws right here. Hopefully you can see those good. My camera likes to turn its light off after about a minute. Anyway, so right here, these little screws, I thought they were going to be the little, what do you call that? Recess screws. They're actually not. They're just the second longer silver screws that the kit comes with. And so that was a little bit confusing for me when I went to install it because it won't go. The other screws won't actually go into the holes. They almost go, but they won't actually go. So yeah, when you go to assemble it, it's just the regular screws that go in. So there's, you know, tons of those regular screws, and then there's some that are recessed type. I did not need those recessed type screws at all for this kit. So again, this is the Injora LCG universal chassis. And then, so for pretty much everywhere else, so like all these screws, all the little black screws, they're the original screws that actually came with the car from the factory. And then obviously these ones, if you measure them, they're pretty obvious. These were not a problem for me. You can actually, just measure them with some calipers if you have them. But so they're just a little bit longer than like these little black screws, because we've added this length from adding the these little plates on the sides. Get my camera back up where I can see it. So yeah, and then the kit advises putting these in the other way. So this plate would be up here instead, and flipped over. And either way, I'm finding that as I looked at my chassis and the way that it flexes, I don't think it's going to be a problem having it in the lower position. And that's a huge change as far as our overall height of where we can mount stuff. I did end up keeping my ESC kind of, in this upper location. I actually just used a little bit of Velcro on the back and the front, so it's up on top of the transmission, the Velcro. The reason that I did that is because I wanted it to be easy for my girlfriend to be able to access the power on and off switch, and myself for that matter. But this way I can just reach up. This thing can kind of be plugged in. I'm not too worried about the batteries not lasting as long because I keep the battery plugged in. So I don't unplug the battery on this particular car all the time just because of the way it's being used, because this car is actually getting a lot of use. I do think that this is my favorite car so far out of all my trucks. And I actually just bought a second one. So that'll be kind of fun to play around with. Let's see, what would be the next thing to talk about? I guess here you can see those lights that I've got going in. So they're just plugged into, I think it's 3 on the ESC. It's pretty well marked. The first one is steering, then throttle, which is not necessary because it's because of the way that this ESC works. And then 3 was just input 3 or output 3. Either I guess that would be an output. There's actually 6 total, if I remember right, on this. So there's plenty of places to plug in extra lights and things if you wanted to plug stuff in. I do have, so this little guy, this is a little retractor. So my I'm actually in the process of building this, but so this little ring will be my winch, and I've actually got a little hook coming, so that'll look like something from the factory. But this is just a little inexpensive. I bought a whole kit of these for $7. Pulled the metal parts off the outside of it to lighten it up, and then I actually sanded, because this one was slightly bowed out. So I sanded it flat on the bottom and just am holding it down with some servo tape. So really simple on the install for that. And then, let's see. And then obviously I've just got that wire. I kind of ran it through stuff so that it'll be kind of held in a straight line. I don't see the reason why it would get out of hand at all. And these things, like I said, this was like, for each of these, I bought 6 of them, so it was like 50 cents a piece. So they were not an expensive thing. This little plate, so as you go to assemble it, I did find you want to put this plate on last. So do your shocks, do everything else, and get your shocks on. And the reason I say that is because some of these holes are big enough that your screws for your shocks will go straight in, and it'll just screw right in. So both on the back and on one side on the front, the screw just screwed into the hole, and I didn't have to put a nut on it, but I did have to nut one of these, and you can't do that with this in place. I couldn't do that with this in place. I don't expect many people will be able to. So yeah, that's, just to make life easier on yourself. The bumpers, I think, should be pretty straightforward. You can see better on the back. Literally, the bumper gets reattached to this frame exactly the same as it does on the original. So very simple on that. And then just to flip things around. So flipping things around, you can see I've got Velcro kind of. I actually had Velcro all over this thing because I originally put my battery here, and I did so many different configurations trying to find the best layout. The engine being here with the battery, ironically, this configuration is almost perfect for the weight bias. I do find it still, that center point is maybe it's actually right at the center of the shaft. So the center point of the car right now, the balance point, is right about here. So it's moved forward a bit. I mean, obviously from the factory, it's going to be moved forward a whole lot. And we've moved everything down. I mean, that battery originally would have been about this high up with the original plate, the way that thing was configured. And then the ESC kind of sat up in that driver area. So it was up in here is where that thing sat. So that thing was way up. So this made a huge difference as far as how high everything sits. Right now, because I was still kind of just playing around with configuring, and I probably would just keep this, but I just use Velcro. And you can buy that, Dollar Tree. You can buy chunks that would work perfect for this. So your Velcro can be easy to get and definitely not be something that's expensive. I'm holding it down here, and then I've got it attached to my ESC as far as my battery, just to be sure that thing's not going to flop around. So really simple. Anyway, yeah, that's I think that hopefully that will help you guys as you go to assemble yours. Because I did feel like there were a few things that I wished I knew a little bit more about. For now, let's go out and watch some video, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey, so hopefully the wind, it's really windy out here, so it's probably going to mess up my sound, but I shot some other video in my usual crawl spots, but I thought I'd come out here. This is my setting outside my office. There's this little rock river that they've got built, and I've been meaning to come out and play and see how this stuff is with my little truck, and I'm here, and I'm like, wait, I need to do this right now. So hopefully you guys can still see. Let's see here. Oh, the joys of trying to make these videos as I drop you guys. Yeah, let's see how this thing performs here. My video that I shot at my usual spot, it's this thing, it didn't perform as well as it did my second go round. I actually went back through, didn't record, I was just kind of driving, and this LCG chassis, it just crushed it. Nope. All right, let's just get a little closer, and we'll flip that over and see if I can crawl this rock. Yeah, again, hopefully, I'm hopeful that I don't have to worry about this. This wind out here is pretty strong today. Hopefully it's blowing something in, because it's been hot. I'd love to see some weather here. Can I skip from this rock to this rock? Oh, got it. I don't think that one looks a little too peaky. What do you think? Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to be able to make it off. I was going to try to see if I could go from rock to rock to rock, but that is not going to happen. But yeah, so like I was saying earlier, this LCG chassis, I'm very impressed by the performance that I'm getting by running it in giant pine cone. Hopefully you guys can see that. Try not to have you fall. Oh, Extend my legs out a little bit. Yeah, I'm really impressed by what this LCG chassis is allowing me to tackle without the rollovers. It's also helped just in general. I can drive over a steeper obstacle with it, and yeah, it's just generally a more impressive truck. I'm going to spin this thing. Oh, obviously it's just going to crush that. What's it look like as we drive around through here? Oh, that is so cool looking. Come on, if that doesn't make you want one of these little trucks, what does?